apply to it. If you get there, for you to get a job is very easy. Hey guys, you're welcome back to my YouTube channel. Finally, I'm in Barcelona. Yes, in one of my videos, I told you guys I'll be going to Europe for a tour and also giving you guys some opportunities here in Europe and then how to actually travel to Europe. It being Switzerland, Germany, Spain, Sweden, and also Netherlands. Yes, so right now I'm in Spain, Barcelona to be precise. I left Canada on the 30th of November. So from Moncton, I went to Toronto. From Toronto, I came to Switzerland. And then from Switzerland, finally, I'm here in Barcelona. And the person was asking about life after studying civil engineering. And I know most of you are coming to do different programs in Canada. So I want to use this opportunity to actually talk about different programs, life after offering those programs in Canada. That's why we say when you are applying for colleges in Canada, make sure you apply to the best program. Don't just apply to any program, because there are some programs that after school they are not going to help you. And also know the opportunities you will get after completing that program in Canada. Yeah, so this is what the person asked. And please, before I continue with this, if this is your first time on this channel, please subscribe to the channel, put the notification bell on all, so that anytime we drop any video, you will be the first person to see the video or to get the video. The person was like, since you completed civil engineering, as I said, I did civil engineering in NBCC. So since you completed civil engineering, how is life after studies in civil engineering like in Canada? Were you able to secure a job or internship? Were you able to secure a job or internship? This is why always when I'm making videos, I tell you guys that before you choose a program, make sure you read about the program. There are some programs that you will be able to do some internships after completing that program. And there are some programs that you can never do internship. That is why there are some letter of acceptance or some LOA. When you get them, they tell you that there is a co-op attached to your program. So when you're applying for your study permit, there's a place where the visa there's a form that you're going to fill. And they're going to ask you that, will you be doing a co-op? Is your program demanding a co-op from you? Or will you be doing some internship or other stuff? It's yes or no. You have to know this when you get your letter of acceptance. When you get your letter of acceptance, there's a place where they actually put, or they state whether you have a you're going to get a co-op or not. You have to know all these things before you actually apply for your study permit, because when you're doing the study permit, they ask you all these things. For me, when I was applying for my study permit, I didn't apply for working permit, but when I got to Canada, they gave me a working permit attached to my study permit. So I had two documents. So my status in Canada was a worker and also a student, because I had two documents. And the reason why I had this working permit was when I was applying for my visa or my study permit, they asked that, will I be doing a co-op after my studies, or is my program going to offer me a co-op or like something like that? And I said yes. In this case, the school will send you out to work for a company for like it is going to be like an internship, right? So for you to work outside the campus, you know, usually when you get the study permit, they were saying you can only work on campus. That was what we were hearing back then. But now things are changing in Canada. Although there are some people who are not having their working permit, they just have the study permit, but then they are able to work outside. But before, it wasn't like that. Before, if you get a study permit, you can only work in the school for 20 hours, not more than 20 hours. But now things are changing. People work outside just with the study permit. But there are people who have the working permit attached to the study permit, so they get two documents when they get to the port of entry. And then there are also people who also get one document, that's just the study permit, when they get to the port of entry. There are differences in these things. Those who had a working permit attached to the study permit are those who will be doing a co-op or internship after studies. So these people will need to, or will have to work outside the campus as internship, or to serve a company as internship or a co-op. That's why they have that working permit. So for them, they can work outside the school because they have a working permit. People always do mistake whenever they are filling the visa application forms. So when you get your when you get the study permit or the letter of acceptance, when you get the letter of acceptance, the admission letter, make sure you read everything about the admission letter, because when you're applying for the study permit, they are going to ask you so many questions. There's a place where they'll ask you what is the total cost for the program that you'll be doing. There's a space that you have to actually put the exact amount, and also they'll ask you the living expenses you have on you. You will have to also put it in the form. And also they're going to ask you, will you be doing a co-op? If you put in yes, when you get to the port of entry, they are actually going to give you a working permit. So when you get your visa, you will see there will be a place there's under the category on the visa. When you get the visa, there's a place called category. There's a section that they name category, and then at that place you can see W or you can see S. If you see only S, meaning that's a study permit. So when you get to the port of entry, you'll be issued only a study permit. When you see W, meaning you will be issued only a working permit when you get to the port of entry. But when you see S and W, meaning you will be getting a study permit and then a work permit. This is the difference. So your visa is different. Although you are a student, we have other students coming, but then you may be having a different visa from them. They may be having just a study permit, and you'll be having a study permit plus a work permit. This is the difference. Make sure you know all these things before you come. Don't just come get the visa thinking you've gotten a visa and that's all. No. So for you to ask me that, for this question, for you to ask me that, how is life after studies? Am I able to get an internship or what? All of this information are given to you in your admission letter. So there are programs that when you finish, they actually post you to different companies. Let me say for this civil engineering, when you are done, before you finish, different companies come to the school and then tell you guys to actually apply, and then they will need some people to, you just apply and then get the job. If you don't get the job, you can get an internship, go, and then after the internship, if you were able to work very well to their satisfaction, they may employ you. Yes, that is going to depend on you. So getting a job in Canada after school, it's not that easy. No matter what, you're going to secure a job, but it's not that easy. I don't want to tell you guys it's easy, you get there and then you find out that's not how it is. No, I'm always trying to give you guys the truth. It's not as easy as it was. Like, people came 10 years ago and then they are still working in factories. They came, they schooled, they finished, they had their masters and other stuff, but they are still working in different fields. Sometimes luck counts. Sometimes, let me say, you can get a job with luck when you have a luck. And also when you put in the effort after school, make sure you put in the effort. And also, civil engineering is not the only program that you can get a co-op. Another program is the personal support worker and then the human service practitioner. For these programs, I respect these programs a lot, because for you to get your documents after school, for you to transition from a study permit, being a student, to a working permit and then to a permanent residence is very smooth. It's very smooth because Canadians need more health workers in Canada. So if you want to go to Canada, after this I'll be doing a video on these health workers, the nurses who wants to come to Canada. For you to go to Canada as a nurse, the process is very long. It's very long. It may take more than a year for you to get all the process done. That's why I'm not doing all those videos at the meantime. But then I'm still preparing. I'm doing some researches and then gathering some information, and then also I'll add my let me say decision or advice to everything that I'll be saying. If you're a nurse and you want to come, what you have to do, like the advice I can get for you. Yeah, so as I was saying, a program like personal support worker and also human service practitioner, these programs deals with health, like they are health programs. So when you do these programs, for you to get a work after school is very easy. For that one, I can boldly tell you that it's very easy. You can even secure a job before you finish your program. I have like 5 people who are still in NBCC offering human service practitioner and then personal support worker. They are working in their fields. They are working as care workers right now. They are working as care workers even before they finish their school. And then when they finish their school, they are going to increase their pay in the work, in their current work where they are working right now, when they finish, they are going to increase their pay because they are studying. They are studying in those fields. So when they finish their school, the price is going to increase. That's one advantage of doing personal support worker. So if you have a passion of working with aged people and then the disabled and others, even like you want to work in a health sector, just go in for personal support worker and then human service practitioner. Any health program that just apply to it, and then because Canadians need more health workers, and then for you to come in Canada as a nurse or a registered nurse, it's a long process. So for me, for you to do all those things, I'll advise you to go in for a health program, apply to it. If you get there, for you to get a job is very easy. In the health sector, for you to get a job is very easy. That's the advice I'll give to you. So for the person asking me about life after civil engineering, yes, when you finish, I don't know for the school that you are going, but for some schools, when you are done, they post you to do some internship for other companies, and then when you are able to work very good, they maintain you after your internship. Yes, but what I'll tell you is don't expect more. Just know that everything can happen. You can secure a job after school, but don't think it's going to be right away. No, some people are still struggling to get jobs in their field of study. So make sure that's why when you come, you should actually ask some questions. Make sure you get close to people who are in the system. Ask them about how the system works. Don't just do everything by yourselves. Yes, so for me to conclude this, all I can tell you is when you are applying for a program or a college, make sure that you read about the program. Make sure that the program is having a co-op, or they will offer you an internship before you apply. It depends on the school, and also it depends on how serious you are when you get to Canada, how serious you are. For you to secure a job, it depends on how serious you are and also the school that you are going. Some school will help you get a job, some school will never help you to get a job. So make sure you always make a research. Don't just apply to any school or any program at all. Make sure you actually you do research. Learn about, in one of my videos I was actually giving you guides, or I was teaching you how to apply to Seneca. And then there was a place that when you click on a program, it's going to give you everything about the program, the overview of the program, the length, the duration of the program, after the program, the skills you acquire, where to work and other stuff. This is what you have to do before you apply. Don't just look at the videos and then watch, and then no, after watching, make sure you practice, make sure you do research. Click on the video, click on the course that you want to do, read about it. Okay, these are the programs that I'll do. After the program, these are the skills that I'll acquire, if only I'm able to learn very well. And then after getting it, these are the opportunities I'll get after studying. You have to know all these things and then know your steps forward. Don't just go in because you want to do the program. Just make some research before you come. Because when you get to Canada, please, you are on your own, because you are fighting someone who is also fighting. Please, if you've not subscribed, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and also share for others to come and watch. But before I end this, please, I'm not a visa officer or an immigration officer. I just give my ideas, and then per my research, I put out what I know. Yes, so just put that in mind. Yes, and also now that I'm in Spain, very soon I'll start giving you content about Spain. I have some 2 or 3 people that I'll be having some interviews with them, and then they're having some meeting, and I asked the person that when someone school here in Spain, how do the person go about the getting a permanent residence in Spain after studies here, because people don't actually know what or the pathways they have here after schooling. And the person was telling me about those things, but I don't need them because I have my permanent residence right now. I just want to feed you guys with all these opportunities. So I'm planning to see the person and then have an interaction with the person. The person will tell you all the opportunities here in Spain, and then also those schooling here, how life is here, and I'm also going to give you some life here, like life experiences here, how this place is. This is just Martorell it's not a big city. Martorell is a town, or let me say it's a city inside Barcelona. It's just part of Barcelona. Yeah, it's a city in Barcelona, and you can see every place is tiled. Yes, this is not like Canada. I know Canada is very nice. Canada is a beautiful place, but when it comes to their roads and other stuff, place Europe is the best. You can see this is just a neighborhood, but every place is tiled. But when you go to Canada, that's not how it is. I'm not saying Canada is bad. Sorry for I'm not saying Canada is bad. Canada is very good, but you know, people don't know we have some opportunities here in Spain. So I just want you guys to also know that we have some opportunities here in Spain, and Spain is also a nice place. So thank you for watching my video. See you in my subsequent videos. Bye bye.